This is how you make tomato soup. First of all, you're gonna need your ingredients. You need 1 white onion, some salted or unsalted butter, both work, some basil, I got these frozen pellets, a few cloves of garlic, and a few tomatoes. I have 7 Roma tomatoes here, but you can also use sauce or bigger ones that you like. Now let's get prepping. First of all, you're gonna need to peel the skin off of your tomatoes. For this step, you need to get some water boiling, which I got some over here to help remove the skin easier. And then you gotta make like a pattern on the tomatoes to help you peel the skin. Like so. You cut it into like 4 things so you can like peel the skin easily. After your water is done boiling, take it off the heat and then put your tomatoes in. Make sure to drop them in carefully so you don't burn yourself. And then you need to get something. You need to drop your tomatoes in one by one carefully so they don't splatter on yourself, and get a utensil to get your tomatoes out. Submerge the tomato so that on 10 seconds on each side, so then the skin comes off really easily. I just want to get the water all soaking in them. You can get ready to take them out. This is an optional step, but I like my tomato soup to be smoother, so that's why I take the skin off. Now it's time to peel your tomatoes. Just want to grab the edges of the skin and just peel it off. With the cuts, you can make it come off really easily, so that's why we made them. This will only take a few minutes. And there you go. That's 1 of your tomatoes. Now repeat this with all 7 of your tomatoes. Now it's time to dice your onion. You want to first cut off the tail. Well, I don't know, the bottom. So someone leave the answer in the comments, because I don't actually know. Like this, or this. Just cut it straight in half. And then you can easily peel the onion. Now, I've learned the trick to cutting white onion is just to have a sharp knife, because the reason why you cry from onions is the juice inside that it squirts out when it's bruised. So you need to get a sharp knife so to avoid the bruising. Now when you cut your onion, you want to cut your onion like this, and then, but you don't want to cut it all the way through. This way it stays intact when we cut it. The other way, like this. You can get easy slices like this. Now repeat with the other side. Now you need to cut your garlic up to go with your onion. Just peel the skin first. Usually I first bruise the garlic, but this garlic is really well done. I don't know how the correct term, but it just comes off really easily. Usually you just give it a little tap with your knife, and then the skin comes off really easily. What you want to do is dice this really finely, so just like that. It's optional to leave cut off the tail, but I just left it here because I don't really mind eating it. Now, time to saute. Now, to saute, you gotta first add a bit of butter to a hot pan. It'll make your butter melt. And you can add your garlic at this point. Saute in there for 15 seconds and then add your onions. Let me just use my hand. I think the knife will do me any good here. Okay, now just saute this for 30 minutes on low heat so your onions become caramelized. Now, you want to slice your tomatoes. You want to get rid of the stem or whatever you call it. Like cutting down the middle and then carefully removing this. Make sure not to slice your hand, that would hurt. And then you could just throw this part out. I'd slice these into 4s and that's about good. Just repeat with all your other tomatoes. Last step you want to do is put your tomatoes in. So put your tomatoes and dump them all in. Actually, this isn't the last step. There's another step after this. Let that simmer down for a little bit. Let the tomatoes become soft. And then you can add some water. Also add your basil in. I already added it in a bit ago, but you can add this in right now. Now you want to add some milk and some water into your soup to let it simmer down for a little bit. I already added mine, but you can add yours right now and let it simmer down for 5 to 10 minutes or until it's really soft. Now that you're done simmering your tomato soup, you need to blend it up. I have a hand blender right here, but you can use just a regular blender too. Be careful in this step if you're using a hand blender, because when you're done blending your tomato soup, scoop it out into a bowl and enjoy.